Right, back in the shop on the old Plymouth. I did get a rebuild kit for the carburetor and the fuel pump, and got the carbs all rebuilt now. The carb is all rebuilt. And if I can get down here where you can see it, there it is. The fuel pump's been rebuilt. I do have what looks like an oil leak. I don't know if it's from, I can't tell, I'll have to get underneath there. If it's from the gasket for the fuel pump or where that's coming from. But that's something for a later day. This is the pieces, parts from the fuel pump rebuild. The old fuel pump was working. It's still the old fuel pump, it's just been rebuilt. But the diaphragm, the rubber diaphragm, was cracked really bad. So it would have been just a matter of time before it did quit. So it was a good thing that I did rebuild it. And we've got where it starts and runs pretty good now. I think the gas gauge even works. I put about 4 gallons of gas in it and it actually moved it a little bit. So, oops. There we go. I had it running a little bit ago, so it got a little heat built up in it. Still no exhaust, but that's for a later time too. I did go ahead and change the oil in it since it had got a bunch of gas dumped down in the cylinders. So we're still charging, and we still got about 40 psi of oil pressure. And temp gauge doesn't work, needle's gone or something. I did throw it in gear earlier and the speedometer does work, so that's good. But yeah, I think we can get over here. I think the gas gauge might work. We'll have to see. I've got new tires, got the wheels painted up. Got 4 brand new tires ready to go. This is actually the spare that was in the trunk with an inner tube in it. That spare was just in too good a shape and it had no dry rot anywhere. So I decided I would go ahead and put it back on and just put a tube in it, which apparently my tube must have twisted as it filled up with air, because as soon as I took the air chuck off, the tube flopped sideways, or the valve stem flipped sideways. So I don't know, it's got 35 psi of air in it, so we'll just let it go. It goes flat, I'll worry about doing the tube different then. I hated to get rid of the old white walls, so I hung them up on the wall of the shop, and I'm going to get some 15-inch size hubcaps, full wheel hubcaps, and I'll put hubcaps in each one of those. I don't even care what brand of hubcap they are, as long as they're the full wheel cover. They'll fit in those openings of the tires and kind of fill that in pretty nice, I think. But anyway, that's just kind of an update on the old Plymouth. Next step I'm going to do, since I've got it running good now, or decent, I will get some new spark plugs. New spark plugs and wires. Hopefully those spark plugs will come out of the hole. I've been soaking them down with WD-40. They're pretty rusty looking. They're pretty rough. So I'm hoping that I can get them to come out. Like I said, when I was messing with trying to get this thing to have spark, I pulled one of the boots off the plugs and it looked brand new underneath the boot. So let's just hope they're not seized in the head. That would be a bad day. But it's running fairly decent now. If I didn't have it all jacked up in the air and the seats out of it, I'd go cruising with it. But I want to get, while I've got it up in the air, the next step's going to be to get these floorboards out. This is actually a 2-piece floor pan here. This whole access panel, you can see where there's screws. That's supposed to be removable, and it stops kind of back in here somewhere, because this is the new replacement floor pan. This is actually a really nice heavy-duty stamped floor pan. Only problem is it's about $190 right there for one floor pan. So I will not be ordering more of those, I don't think. I think that was the main one that had all the bends and folds and the coals cut out for where your pedals and stuff are. So I ordered that one to replace and put there. And then the rest of this, I think I can manage to form myself and make something work. Main thing is just keep it where we're not falling through the damn floor. So that's going to be our next project, is to get the floors fixed-ish. No, they won't be perfect, but they'll be better than what they are. Like I said, there's some cross bracings that are gone. I don't know if I'll fool with those or not. I may try and add on to them or something. I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away with it. So we're going to get the floors going next. So that'll be our next project. But for now, that's what we got going. Thanks.